Washington. Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
Pushing 5 to play in the third. Kobe. Crawford. Hogan. Bring it on, Kobe, baby!
You are now tuned into the chat room. Your favorite baller's favorite podcast.
All right, welcome back to the chat room. This is episode 4. Episode 4. We've been doing this weekly, and we're not including the pilot episode into this one. 4 weekly ones from then. And today I got Essay.
Yes, sir. Raptors in 6.
We'll go to the Lakers fan, MJ.
What's happening? LeBron fan, not Lakers.
He owns it, man. He owns it. That's
guy,
good.
Man.
We got Yonkers Joseph in the building.
He's ready to go, man. He got his DMX stuff going on. He ready.
You already know, man.
Ready to go, man.
And on some other shit right now. I don't even know how to introduce this guy right now, but we got Coach Francis in the building.
Y'all can see me?
There it is. This guy
Yo, let me tell you something. The not so chat room episode that came out last Tuesday was funny, but this one right here is about to be some shit.
Yo, explain yourself, man.
I'm gonna wait. There's definitely explanation.
For sure, man.
All right.
Got my black suit on, man. Know what that means?
We just gotta figure out who died then. All right, so let's just jump into the first topic real quick. So there hasn't been sports on for a while. Sports is now slowly starting to come back. So what have you guys been doing to keep busy throughout that time? What shows have you guys been watching? That type of stuff. What things have you guys been doing to pass the time?
So for me, I've been doing a lot of gaming because I used to do casting in the gaming world, so I'm just trying to keep up so I can get a new gig and doing podcasting. But I have been watching reality television shows, and I've been watching more of the competitive ones like Beastmaster and American Ninja Warrior. But there's one that I stumbled upon called The Challenge, which is like a combination of competition and like all that other drama, ratchet stuff you see like behind the scenes. Yeah. So I've been and I was blessed because they had like 16 seasons ready to go.
Oh, wow.
So the latest season just ended last week, and it was terrible, but ended at the right time because now I can go back to watching the NBA.
All right. MJ?
Honestly, I've become like a big UFC fan now. Like ever since there's been no sports, I've been focused on just UFC, Fight Island, that type of stuff. And then I still love basketball, so I've been rewatching like basketball highlights. I've been watching games. I still watch basketball every day. So nothing's really changed for me. But now NBA is back, so I'm excited for that.
Coach?
A few things. Like I've been fortunate enough that I've been able to stay home with my daughter. So that's been something that I've been kind of living in. So there's that. I've been also watching like old NBA stuff, mostly Kobe stuff. Like his 81-point game and 60-point game. I'm watching all that stuff. The All-Star game with him and Jordan. I'm watching some mob stuff on Netflix. There's like some thing that just came out the other day called like Fear versus New York, or Fear of New York, or something like that. It's like the mob, how they kind of grew up and expanded in New York. And then yesterday I watched the CEBL stuff with Daniel and those guys. So I watched that yesterday. So that's going to be something.
It's his birthday today too.
Yeah, it is. So
it's his birthday.
Yeah, so I've been watching that, and then today I'm watching other games today. 'Cause I know one of the guys out here that I'm close with, Matthew Kamba. He's playing for the Stingers today, and then like all those guys like Kyle Johnson. Those guys are all playing for Fraser Valley. So those are things that I'll be watching in the next few days. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, and the verses. Yeah.
Okay, Joseph.
Just a lot of Netflix. Honestly, a lot of shows on Netflix that I never would have watched that I got put onto, like Queen of the South.
Good show.
Yeah, that show's booming. Good Girls, I got onto, had to get into that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that show's wild.
Season 3 just dropped, didn't it?
I think so, or it's about to.
I'm watching.
And
That's the one where they wash the money or whatever.
yeah. And Snowfall. I put my girl on Snowfall, so she's like obsessed with that show now. And so I've been rewatching that as well and stuff. But yeah, man, that's honestly been it.
Sons of Anarchy is a great show. If you guys haven't watched Sons of Anarchy before, I'm rewatching that.
Oh
now.
yeah, that show too.
That's the best show ever in my opinion.
Yo, that show's down Over the Wire. Yo, that might be. Yo, this guy said that with no emotion. Okay,
Hold on, what?
Yo, listen.
Sons of Anarchy is the best show ever?
Yo, listen, he said what he said.
Over Brick?
No, he didn't even blink when he said it. That's how I knew he was like dead ass. He didn't even.
You about
blink
to have
when he
another
said it.
verses, or what's going on?
It sounds that way, to tell you the truth. For me, it's been getting into some of the podcast stuff and doing a lot of the editing and learning how to do all that stuff. I've never done video editing before, so each episode I try to do something different. As far as like shows that I've been watching, to tell you the truth, somebody put me onto Grey's Anatomy, and I hate every character on there except for 2. So like, I've been the only thing that's keeping me watching the show is the 2 characters, and then I'm like, all right. And once I know that at least one of them is gone, then I'm done. Like, I'm over the show.
There's like 16 main characters, and you only like 2.
Yeah, like it's so bad, man. Like I message the person that put me on there all the time. I'm like, why did you recommend this dumb show to me? Like, I hate everybody.
It's a great show. It's a great show.
Man, I just hate everybody.
If you're starting it late, then yeah, good luck. It's like 16 seasons.
17 seasons coming out this year or something like that.
Yeah.
But a next show that I'll tell everyone to go watch is Black Mondays. And Black Monday, I mean, it's with Don Cheadle and Regina Hall. It's a Showtime show. And it's only been 2 seasons, but it's about the stock market crash that happened in the 80s. But it's like a comedy stuff. They just do a bunch of ridiculous stuff, and it's like a typical like Regina Hall like type movie. Like, it's hilarious. Like, they just are over the top with everything. So I'll tell everyone to go check that out. And also, Essay, you were talking about the challenge. I don't know if you've ever watched Titan Games. It's the Rock show where it's kind of like American Ninja Warrior, but it's like it's like real life people that have like they might have been in the army or stuff like that. And they compete against
Titan Games.
Games, and they compete against actual athletes in the first week, and if they beat them, they become the Titans, and then they have to defend their titles. And
it's like American Gladiator.
Yeah,
right?
It's like a mixture of American Gladiator, American Ninja.
Y'all ever watch y'all ever watch The Floor Is Lava?
That show's just funny. That show's just
funny, but it's so bad. It's so bad. Especially after watching a challenge, you watch that. It's like, oh,
yeah.
It's just funny when It's just funny when they fall into the lava, and then they have to like.
And they make it so dramatic.
Yeah.
They make it so dramatic, like. It's dumb.
it's dumb, but it's dumb, but like you'll go on a binge watching it. Like you'll go on a binge just watching it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how are you guys feeling so far, though? Are you guys excited that sports is going to be coming back soon?
Yes,
all of them.
Sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I don't care about baseball until October. But
not this year. It's not October this year. But,
that's weird.
I don't even know if the Blue Jays found somewhere to play yet, but
They were saying Buffalo.
Yeah, they're gonna play in
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Wild.
And if Buffalo doesn't work out, they might end up playing all their games
Fight
as
Island.
road games.
Yeah, they play on-
Wow.
Yeah.
Nah, they're gonna play on Fight Island.
It's not even an island; it's a dome.
I know.
A single will be a home run.
Got finessed, bro.
Everyone's on base percentage is crazy.
Nah, but I'm very excited about sports coming back. Like all the moves that the NFL made is like it's been crazy. So like just to see these guys on their new teams, the new
Jamal
duos that are yeah, like the most recent one, yeah. So
Whoever's a
I'm
Dallas
excited
fan,
for sports.
whoever's a Dallas fan, they fucked up because they should have put all their marbles in to go get Jamal Adams. Now Jamal Adams, now he's on Seahawks in the NFC.
In the NFC. Yeah.
Good luck to Dallas, man.
It's over for them.
I was secretly hoping that the Ravens went after him, but Seattle gave up way too much, man. They gave up 2 firsts, a 3rd round pick, and basically a starter.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. So
Yeah.
I want Ravens to get him, but shoot, good for him, man. Get his money. He'll be with Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner and. I'll be
Russell Wilson was training with Antonio Brown a couple weeks ago.
I know.
So that can still happen.
That too.
You never know.
Seen that too.
If they get
You never know.
And congrats to Russell Wilson and Sierra
Oh, yeah.
for their baby boy.
AB just had a baby too.
AB had his kid too.
Oh,
Too.
no.
He just had a baby yesterday.
Congrats to AB too.
Did Russell really? Did they really name their kid Win?
Yeah.
Win Harrison.
I'm not mad at that, man.
Senator told me yesterday, and I didn't believe it. And I went to go look it up, and I'm like, this motherfucker really named this.
Yeah.
Yo, but if
I ain't
you,
mad
if
at
you-
it, man.
Hey, Usain Bolt named his daughter Lightning, I think. Something like that.
Olympia.
No,
Hey.
that's Serena Williams.
No, yeah, he's Olympia Lightning Bolt as well.
Oh, Olympia Lightning Bolt. Okay.
Hey, but
Yeah.
if you think about it, he's smart, man. Russell Wilson's smart because his stepson's named Baby Future, and his new son is called Win. That's Future Wins right there. Like he's
Wow.
he's about to go get 2 ships
Wow.
just now.
Yo.
I saw the bar. Yeah.
All right, well, let's just jump into the next topic because somebody's really ready to jump into this topic. Came in here in pre-production talking reckless. MJ and Coach weren't here for that. It was just me and SA just sitting down here listening to it.
To blasphemy.
Guy came in his Yonkers tribute. So I know everybody watched the latest verses, which was DMX and Snoop Dogg.
Yep.
And even though there was supposedly 2 million people that watched it, DMX only saw 10 of them. So, all right. So quickly, let's. He couldn't see the screen.
It's the screen, I guess. I don't know.
So let's quickly just get everyone's opinion on how they felt the battle was, and then we're actually going to do a quick round by round breakdown of how we think it went. So, how did you guys feel that the battle went?
I think Snoop was chilling, man. He came in with the wrong approach, in my opinion. Like he should came out with just fire. But he was on some different shit, and I think he lost the battle because of that. But I'll get into that later. But
I think it was the battle itself was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and I think Snoop started off hot. I think he started off good. And I was like, it's not looking good for DMX. And then it got to like the fifth,
first 5 or 6, yeah.
Then DMX took off for like majority of the verses, and then towards the end, But It was better than I thought, though.
And then Snoop trying to be an asshole, trying to friggin' drop some at the end and trying to get DMX to friggin' spit on that. Like,
yeah. Freestyle on this one.
Trying to get his W's up, but it's too late after that, man.
Yeah.
I think it felt more like a brotherhood and a collab than an actual versus. Like, even though they were going record for record, it felt like you see the sheer amount of respect from both. Because even though Snoop, like he treated X like he himself was a fan as well. You know, and them trading stories, and they're in his house, and I honestly think I think Snoop definitely could have hit harder than he did, but I think a lot of it was just out of respect. You know, that was more like, let's just collab and have a good time and vibe versus like try to take each other's heads off. You know?
Yeah.
But overall, second best battle. Period.
Joseph,
I'll take that.
Yeah, a lot of stuff like what Sean was just saying is it more felt like they were both fans of each other and they're just going track for track, which is though it didn't feel like a versus. Like if you didn't tell people it was a versus, you just assume they're in the studio just chilling, just throwing tracks back and forth. That's what it felt like. Which is it's just good. That it gave me the same feeling that the Bounty Killer and Man one felt. Same feeling where they're just in there chilling. People
it's not
are
about
drinking.
winning and losing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're just doing it for the fans, which is sick.
my personal feeling on it is I think that Snoop just wanted DMX to be in an environment where he felt respected and felt the love. Because with all the stuff that X has gone through his career, this was the perfect way for him to get celebrated in the manner that we should celebrate him in. We celebrate X, but we never leave out the rough times that he's had being in the spotlight. And Snoop has been regarded as one of the hip hop's biggest celebrity for the longest time, and I don't think people remember X's run as being X's run. Like after the verses, my boy was doing a live stream on Twitch, and I was like, yo, X and Snoop was close. And so he was like, no way. Snoop had to watch and whatever. And then he was like, I'm gonna do a segment for X. So he started spinning a bunch of X tracks, and then he's like, yo, I have so much X hits that I could play, but I have to I'm trying to skip this. And I'm like, yeah, people forget about his catalog, right? Because they see all the extra stuff. So I think Snoop went in there with all love. X kind of went in there like how Jadakiss went in with a game plan, like I'm going to go to kill. And it made the battle a lot closer than it needed to be. Because Snoop, to me, could have won way more rounds, but he just didn't want to.
Yeah, facts, for sure.
All right, so let's quickly go through how everyone scored it. Do you guys have your scorecard ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Did you guys tally it at the end? So you guys know exactly.
I did.
Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. First song. It was DMX intro versus Snoop Dogg deep cover. Who do you guys have?
Deep cover.
I got intro.
Deep cover.
Intro is one of my favorite songs of all time, so I got intro.
I got deep. Sorry.
I used to play intro to get warmed up for games in high school, bro. That shit goes deep with me. Pause.
Yeah.
I caught, but you caught that Snoop kind of flipped the lyrics on deep cover and kind of did a personal shout out or like a shot to the cops.
Yeah.
So that to me edged it off over intro. Intro's a banger.
Joseph, who'd you got?
I scored a deep cover.
I'm surprised, dude. I thought this was going to go DMX all 20.
Nah. Don't worry. Listen, don't worry.
Me personally, I actually gave that a tie. I gave it a tie.
Ain't mad at that.
X's What's My Name versus Snoop's Who Am I?
I got Snoop. Who am I?
I tied it.
All right.
Yeah, I tied it.
No, I picked DMX for that one. I got What's My Name.
Joseph?
My name.
All right. Song 3, Get At Me Dog versus Gin and Juice.
This is obvious. Gin and juice.
I got gin and juice.
Gin and juice.
All right, Joseph, what do you got?
Holy smoke! I don't know, man. I gotta get y'all some headphones or something, bro.
What? Miami Dog's a crazy track, though. It's a crazy track.
No, that one I scored a tie.
Oh
All
my
I
right,
scored a tie. Yeah.
all right, it's okay. I think that was your one tie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to point that out. That was just one tie for the whole battle. All right. Some X shit versus fuck with Dre Day.
Dre Day all day. It's Dre Day for me.
Dre Day.
Yeah, I gave that one to Snoop Dre Day.
Yeah, I got Dre Day as well.
I don't know. For me, it was hard for me to choose, so I gave that one a tie, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Not mad at it.
Stop Being Greedy versus Two of America's Most Wanted.
This is my first X win. Was Stop Being Greedy.
Wow.
I gave it to X too.
This was
As
my
much
tie.
as I love Tupac.
This was my tie.
Bro, I got Two of Americas easily.
That was a tie for me.
Easily. Listen, for me, any track with Tupac or Nate Dogg on it is a cheat code and it's automatic win.
Yeah.
Joseph.
I gave that Two of America's Most.
All right. X is My Nigga versus Snoop's Down for My Nigga.
Down for my niggas. I'm down for my niggas.
That's one. Yeah, that's another Snoop win for that one, man.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yeah, that was Snoop as well.
X, Come Back in One Piece versus Snoop's Ain't No Fun.
The Leah and Nate. Ain't no fun for me though.
It was Ain't No Fun for me.
Yeah.
Back in One Piece.
Yep. Back in One Piece.
Nah, I had Snoop as well.
Snoop. All right.
Okay.
X Gonna Give It To You versus Bitch Please.
Come on now.
DMX.
Come on now.
X.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I gave it to X.
Yeah.
Who We Be versus G's and Hustler.
X, bro. DMX.
Tie for me. Tie for me.
Oh, Lord.
I had
There's no way.
I had Snoop on this one.
What?
I had Snoop on this
Yes,
one.
sir.
That's a different feeling, man.
I had Snoop on this one. Joseph, what do you call
Oh,
it?
that the Bow Wow skit, bro. That launched
We Be?
Bow Wow, man.
It did.
Get It On the Floor versus The Shiznit.
Get it on.
Get it on the floor.
Yo.
I ain't fighting that one.
I get it on the floor too. Fuck with D versus Laylo.
Laylo.
I had
Yeah, I
Laylo.
gave that one to Lilo.
I had Laylo for that one.
I said, man, any Nate Dogg or any Tupac, automatic.
All right. What these bitches want versus Beautiful.
Yeah.
This was almost a tie for me. This is almost a tie for me, but it's gonna be with Snoop and Pharrell in Brazil.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful for me, sir.
No, that's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was almost a tie.
That's
It was almost a tie. I was impressed they remembered all the names on beat, but
Yeah, I
it's
know.
beautiful for me.
Nah, it was
That's
it
blasphemy.
was what these things want from a nigga for sure.
Yeah.
I had X for sure.
That's blasphemy, bro. You say beautiful. That's,
Yo, I said what I said.
Oh, we know it's recorded. Don't worry.
that's bad.
So that's a banger. That's a good track.
It's a very good track.
Come on.
It's a very good track.
It was a good response track back, but it can't mess with that song.
No, man.
How's it going down versus Pump Pump?
How's it going down?
How's it going down? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had X for that one. It's All Good versus Bitches Ain't Shit.
Bitches ain't shit.
BG ain't shit.
Yeah. Isn't It's All Good the like 1 minute track? Or am I thinking that's a different track? Isn't It's All Good the short? There's a track that was like super short. It was basically a skit that he played in response. I don't know if it was
I
this
know
track,
which one
though.
you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
I had Snoop for that one though, by the way.
Oh, this one to me was probably one of the closest ones too.
This
Slippin'
was-
versus Murder Was the Case.
But I got Slippin' though. Slippin' is like the hood anthem, the hood classic. That's a different kind of vibe still.
I almost gave it to Slippin', but I'm an old school head too, so it's a tie for me between Slippin' and Murder Was the Case.
Yeah, it was a tie for me too.
That's fair.
Joseph has a clear winner. So who is the
Ain't no
winner?
ties there, man. That's DMX. Come on
I
now.
Slippin', yeah. I agree. I agree. That's
I had it as a tie. Niggas Done Started Something versus Doggy Dog World.
That's an X track for me.
I got as a tie.
What?
I had X for this one.
Yeah, I had X for this one too.
4, 3, 2, 1 versus I Love It.
See, this was tough because I like 4-3-2-1 and I picked it, but it was tough because to me DMX had one of the worst flows on track.
Wow.
One of them. to me anyways.
Yeah.
So it was tough for me, but I picked 4-3-2-1. It's just a better track.
Yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1 for me.
Yeah.
This is when X was on a run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just how he came in the music video was iconic, where he's just there rapping with the pit bulls.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, X got that one. Money, Power, Respect versus PIMP, the remix.
Money, Power, Respect.
Okay.
For real.
Good.
I had the same thing. Em, you agree?
I had a tie.
Tie. All right.
What?
Rough Riders Anthem versus Nothing But a G Thing.
This is a tie for me.
I had it as a tie.
Tire.
I picked Rough Riders Anthem still, by far for me.
By far.
Yeah.
By far.
How?
What?
By far.
Listen to it.
Anthem, bro?
What?
Go listen to it.
Bro, the little
I'm listening.
before the track
Oh
starts.
my
Nah,
God.
bro.
By
Oh
far.
my God.
That thing is a line.
Y'all born in New York or something? Like,
By far.
That thing is a LimeWire legend, bro.
1, 2, 3 until the vote. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
All right, that's a tie.
All right. Party Up versus Drop It Like It's Hot.
I better hear.
Party up.
Party up.
I got party up.
Yo, I you know what? I think you guys just can't see walk, and that's what this is all about. When that song comes on, y'all struggling with your left feet, and that's why y'all like these tracks.
The
That's
man in the red hoodie.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
I had Snoop on this one because Party Up has way too many questionable lines in there for me to give that.
It is.
Oh my God.
I listened to the clean version only.
Oh my God.
That's a fact.
All right, Joseph, I'm guessing X for you.
Party up. Come on.
Okay, so on your score sheet it's what 16-1. X,
No.
and the last one, Where the Hood At versus the next episode.
All right.
Next episode.
I had the next episode.
Next episode for sure.
Where the hood at?
Where the hood at?
All right, so what did you guys have the final score as on your sheet? For me, it was 9-8 with 4 ties for Snoop. So it was close on my score sheet.
I was 9-7 with 5 ties, and that's for Snoop.
I was 11-7 for DMX with 3 ties.
I was 10-8 with 2 ties for DMX.
And of course, we gotta wait on Joseph
Oh my
for
God.
the most outrageous.
No need to wait. No.
This
Why
is
are you
the
even
most-
counting?
This is the most. It was
No, I only had one tie.
17-2-1.
Nah. It was like 11
Lopsided.
to 9, but 11 to 8 or 11 to 9 with 1 tie. Yeah, the only tie was the I can't remember the one at the beginning.
the blasphemous one.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. It's a close battle. It wasn't like a lance. Honestly, like you guys were saying, the first couple tracks, I was thinking it was going to get very dark for DMX, and not.
Yeah.
all antics aside, I'm not mad at anybody giving that to X, because even like X won majorly, right? Like seeing X having a good time, him vibing and
Just jamming,
and just jamming and joking and clowning, but going into stories is just seeing him in good spirits like that is the biggest win.
The man said, he's not taking off his shirt. Takes off his shirt, it might turn into number 10 in here.
Yeah. If they both take off their shirt, they'll look like a number 10.
I was there. I was like, oh my goodness.
or Swiss is trying to be incognito and he's calling him out. He's like, why are you hiding for him, man?
Yeah, that sounds like we know you're
people don't know you over there, man.
you're there.
I will say though, Snoop did not play Still Dre, and I was a little disappointed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo,
He
like,
teased it, and that's it.
That was really weird.
he was just chilling. I was like, yo, what's going on?
That was. I thought he was gonna play that for one of his last tracks.
I think so. Like, one of the things that I took away is that he wanted to also play a lot of the stuff from Doggy Style, so that album got, because a lot of the people that were watching may not have even heard Doggy Style. They've only heard like the hits that came off of it, right? But like. That album was considered his classic album.
Yep.
Right? And
he had it on his uniform or his,
and like
his drip.
And like X played a lot of songs from like It's Dark and Hell is Hot, and Blood of My Blood, Flesh of My Flesh. So like, so I think he those two are considered his classic, and then Snoop was trying to show you that he has a classic album too. So a lot of his songs went back to that. But like, I was more shocked when he played the No Limit stuff, because I was like, I thought he was gonna skip over that to play like Still Dre and stuff like that. But when I saw when I saw him go to No Limit, I was like, oh, I know what Snoop is doing. Snoop is just here to show you like there's that Martha Stewart side that you see me with, but there's actually like I was that guy. You know what I mean? Like I had that run. I showed up to New York when the West and East were beefing. Like
he's showing you his real dog side. Line.
And I think the biggest takeaway from the whole thing was that Get At Me Dog, X got the idea to do the hook from Snoop. Yeah. When X told that story, I was like, oh man, that's crazy. Like that's where that one came from. But overall, shout out to X, shout out to Snoop, shout out to the verses.
We have DMX winning. What was it? What was the score between the five of us?
So it's 3-2 that X won.
3-2.
Yeah. But like, you know, when you have like that one bad judge in like the UFC and you try to get him fired, his thing, that's Joseph over there. So
there you go. You're the guy that stole it from Holloway.
I scored it
Vegas. He's from Vegas, eh? He's one of those Vegas judges.
All right. Well, quickly before we go to the next topic, so Keisha Cole called out Ashanti. Are you guys in to watch it or no?
I don't know. They both have some bangers.
Listen,
but
if
I don't know.
Ashanti better just play everything with Ja Rule.
That's what I was about to say.
That's it.
And she better play that
Ja Rule, Biggie.
She better play that song with J-Lo and Ja Rule, because Ashanti did the vocals on that.
There you go. Wait, whoa, what?
Yeah, that song with J-Lo and Ja Rule, where he's dribbling in the basketball court or whatever. Yeah, that's Ashanti's vocals, bro. J-Lo is just lip syncing. Yeah.
I give it to Ashanti. She has too many features and hits. But if it's a B-side battle, Keisha Cole's got that. If it's a B-side battle, but
it would be
It'll still be entertaining though. It's gonna be a lot of girls crying though.
Absolutely.
A lot of girls are gonna be bawling watching that one. You guys are gonna see beer crying faces on the comments.
Is there one person that you guys want to see in the versus battle?
Two people? Or
like
one?
So throughout a lot of discussions that I've had with people, they say like there's certain people that that other people are scared to call out. Like for women hip hop, it's Missy. right?
Yeah.
Like everyone's scared to call out Missy because Missy is her
Mary
pen,
J.
Mary J for R&B,
J.
right?
Yeah.
Jay-Z for hip hop, like men hip hop, right? Like,
Yeah.
is there an artist that you think can't be touched besides for like the ones that we kind of just named off?
Busta.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name, but I feel like R. Kelly would be untouchable. I don't think anyone could talk to R. Kelly, to be honest,
No.
in a versus battle.
I got Busta.
Busta for you?
Yeah. I want some Busta.
Uh,
There'd be a whole lot of shouting and shit, but I'll be good.
What about you, Essay or Joseph?
Or even like a down south one, like a friggin' like a Gucci and like T.I. or
It'd be tough
something.
too. But T.I. and 50 might spark something up, but we'll see.
I know Wayne can't, probably is untouchable. I want to say Nas. I don't think Nas is untouchable, but I would love to see Nas in a versus.
Yeah, he would get smoked by Jay-Z.
No, he wouldn't. Stop this.
Okay.
No, he wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be
Or Kanye. I'd want to see Kanye in the versus.
Kanye?
Yeah,
Kanye would have a better chance against Jay-Z than Nas would.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Nas has more popcorn music. I get it. If it's a street battle, Nas got it. But if it's a popcorn teeny bopper thing, then sure. Give it to Jay-Z.
Oh, man.
This guy. Joseph, you got anybody?
Either Cameron or Lil Wayne, but more so Cameron, because Cameron, like I was saying before we started recording to you and Sean, I judge like those battles on if your songs like were parts of moments in time, whether it's like your high school or something was going on in the world, or how people were dressing. And just the early 2000s and stuff and late 2000s, I feel like it's just Cameron.
I hear you.
He's got hits on it. I won't even talk about Killer Cam. Like, I don't even have to talk about that track. All those other tracks with Dipset, that would be a crazy battle. Whoever goes up against.
Me personally, it took me a while to really think of somebody besides for the ones that we kind of named already. And I think if I have to say one, man, I think Ross would be very hard to beat in one of these ones. I think Rick Ross would be very hard. Yeah, because
Young Jeezy.
I think he would wash Young Jeezy just off of executive producer bag, feature bag. Like he has, it would be a challenge for somebody to go up against Ross, but. I'm not saying that somebody could, like, I wanted to see Ross versus T.I. That's what I was.
Ross is he's beatable though.
He is beatable, but it's
only like
it would take them really. Somebody has to have an extensive catalog.
Yeah.
In order to do it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, moving on. There's been a few scrimmage games that's come on. Has anybody watched any of the NBA scrimmage games?
Yes, sir.
I watched a couple.
Raptors are looking nice.
Of course.
I watched a couple.
So how are you guys feeling with like the setup? I know like the quarters were only 10 minutes. It was a little bit different, but like, how are you feeling
I think they
about
did 12 minutes yesterday.
12 minutes starting.
did they?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
They did it yesterday, I think so.
The first couple games were 10 minutes and then they switched it to 12 after. So like, how did you guys feel about the court setup? How did you guys feel about how the teams were looking? And has any of you guys' thoughts changed on who might be in the finals?
I think honestly, like basketball, like we're very fortunate with basketball. Like basketball is one of the few sports that you can play with no fans and it still be entertaining. It still have a lot of value to it. Like if you watch baseball, no fans, it's like boring. If you watch soccer and
boring
no
with
fans, it's
too.
boring. Yeah, it's facts too.
Oh yeah,
and
soccer just definitely needs fans.
Boring. Like tennis with no fans, like boring. Like
tennis doesn't.
Nah,
they already have them quiet anyway.
They are quiet, but it's just I don't know, like, for me, it's because there's only two people on the court, so it's like 1 versus 1. Like to me, that's like
Just
that's
watch
practice
doubles
game.
then you get
A
4.
lot of grunting. It's a lot of grunting. If you
It's weird. But like, I think as basketball fans, we're very fortunate because you can literally like watch basketball and then like I seen the CEBL they did the other night where you have like music playing and guys just hooping with music.
yeah.
It's almost like an open run, you know.
It gives it a rec center feel, which I like.
Center feel, yeah. And then and on top of that, like they have like the court, the Black Lives Matter on the court. Like that's all like important. The one thing that I saw that I did not like is they tried to do what football does and tried to like import fan noise, which was awful. That like I was so thrown off. I'm like, wait, are there fans there?
Yeah.
Like I was so thrown off. So that's the one thing where they should just cut that out completely.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, because listening to the first couple games without fan noise, it sounds like they're playing on a pirate ship. Like I don't know what kind of hardwood they're using, but it's
Okay with that.
The first game was that first game was with where they had like the Zoom call, people talking at the top.
Yeah.
I was like, if this is what it's gonna be, sign me off, bro.
That was terrible because they were delayed.
Yeah. I feel like
that was pretty bad.
I feel like they need to, like you were saying, cut the fan noise and just let because the benches are doing a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And they need to let like people hear. That's what we're trying to hear.
And you also hear the players like talk like
yes, that's what we want to hear.
You heard Braun shooting free throws and he's counting because he has 10 seconds, so counting. He says 9, like shit like that, and when guys throw the loop and they're talking shit like that stuff. As a basketball fan, that gets me more excited honestly than like the fan noise. Like
that's what I'm saying.
The fan noise gets me excited if I'm in if I'm watching a Raptors game in ACC or Scotiabank Center, whatever it's called. Then I'm hyped. You know, but like watching it on TV, like it gets me hyped when I hear guys talking shit. Like I want to hear Russell Westbrook play.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear Westbrook go at a man and talk shit. I want to hear him go at Dame. I want to hear Russ OKC versus Portland in the playoffs. And I want to hear Russ versus Dame talk shit.
That could be a one-sided conversation. Dame ain't doing. Dame's not gonna say a word till the game is done.
Dame's gonna talk. Dame talks. He's gonna talk.
Yo, those guys like in the like they go at it. Like Russ is doing all this baby shit. Dame doing this shit. Like that would be amazing. That would be amazing to watch personally.
Absolutely.
I also think they need to beef up the Black Lives Matter signage.
Yep.
Yeah, some people didn't even notice it. I don't even know if they're wearing those jersey messages they're talking about, whatever.
I think
they might be saving it till when the actual season starts.
But that Black Lives Matter sign that needs some rework. That sounds like it looks like it was done by Virgil or something, man. Like it looks plain and trash.
I like that it's there, but they could definitely add more though.
Add more to
it. 100%.
But I'm not a fan of the fake fan noise either.
It's creepy.
I like to hear the player chatter for sure. The player chatter I like to hear for sure. But I'm excited, man. Regardless, I just want to see basketball. To be honest,
yes, sir.
Yep, that's all I want to see.
I never really watched preseason games, and like I'm watching these scrimmages like the regular season games.
This definitely. I'm not sure if you guys been to Vegas Summer League, but this definitely feels like Summer League would feel. Like I'm watching it. I'm like, this is like Summer League is the exact same way. Like the bench has like 30 players in the bench.
Yep.
And then guys are talking shit, and there's music playing, and usually in Summer League it's like there's not a lot of fans there, so like you can sit like basically like right next to the court.
Jeez.
Yeah. And tickets are like they're cheap, anyways, but like you can sit right next to the court. And you get that intimate feel, and like the way how the gym is set up, or how it looks like on the court, it looks like it's very, very like small, very intimate.
Yeah.
So like I'm definitely getting that Vegas vibe. I'm just kind of curious to find out how that's gonna be for like the finals, because usually you think of playoffs as like super intense, super like dramatic, and then like this whole setup is not that at all. So I'm kind of interested to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird to see LeBron playing in the finals without fans, to be honest. So,
facts.
You mean the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah.
I didn't
No, that's what you're talking about.
Okay. This guy said it super calm too. I was like, wait a minute.
Nah, he was. He said that as confident as Nino said that the only album he wanted to listen to was Blueprint 2 last week. So, So for me, I only really watched the Raptors scrimmage game, to tell you the truth.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, Lakers is pretty nice.
I'm proud of my team, man. So, like, I don't really have too much to add to it because I've only seen like highlights and stuff like that. But I do agree, like the Black Lives Matter stuff on the court could be done a little bit like bolder. And then
You guys see what the WNBA did?
Yep.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
They've always
With
been
the national anthem.
Yeah, they walked off.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, it's just small things like that. But like, in my opinion, that this is something, it's a once in a lifetime thing that we're seeing right now, right? Like, we don't know when again, or even when we're going to get back to actually having fans. So like them taking the time right now to experiment with different things to see what could possibly work, what doesn't work. Yeah. It's good for us to kind of see it in real time too, to be like, nah, that doesn't work. And then you can like, and we know like the NBA is really big on their fan interaction. So once people are tweeting towards like at NBA and stuff like that, be like, hey, that sound doesn't work. You know that they're going to try adjusting stuff like that. So if there's one league that I will trust, will make changes that the fans really are pushing towards, it's the NBA. So I'm waiting to see how it looks on the 30th once opening day starts. Opening night.
That's basically what these scrimmages are for, though.
Yeah, it's just
so they can
try shit out,
patch up everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What they did that I saw in the Dallas Lakers game, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure if you guys watched the NFL draft this year.
No, I didn't watch it.
No.
So for the NFL draft this year, they had like behind the commissioner, like he had a screen where it was a bunch of fans on their Zoom, and and basically like it was like 100 fans on their Zoom, and you were watching their reaction to the game being played.
Yeah.
So they had that in the background, and then like what the NBA did was they had like, I'm not sure how much it was. Like I seen like a little picture of it, but they had fans behind one of the backboards, and you seen like their live reaction to what was going on. So that was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like that was kind of cool. I'm not sure like how that will work in regards to like just like policing that, because like, you know, you got some wild people who go on Zoom and do some shit, you know. So like I'm not sure how that would actually work out, but the idea is kind of cool. And then like baseball kind of did something the other day, which was you can't say baseball, but they did the other day where they kind of like had cut out people in the stands.
In Japan,
I saw that.
No, they had cut out everything. There was cut out pictures.
Everything.
There was cut out pictures of cats.
That shit's nutty.
It was just
weird. Like,
they're just having fun with it.
Yeah,
it was hella weird. Hella weird, man.
All right, so seeing that the scrimmages are almost over, well, by the time this is out, the scrimmages will be over and we'll be into the restart. Are you guys making any changes to your final picks, seeing that the rosters are pretty much set? You've got to see a few games with how they're playing. Are you making any changes to your finals pick?
Nah, I am even more confident right now than I was before. I think Lakers are gonna breeze through the playoffs. Braun looks healthy.
Do you want to restate your pick before you? Your picks.
Lakers are gonna win versus I got Boston in the finals, but I think Lakers are gonna win in 5 in the finals, and I think they're gonna actually beat Clippers in 6. Like I think like they look so in shape right now, and Clippers do as well, but you never know with Kawhi and Paul George. You never know, right? But I just think the additions of Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith, they're so understated. Like everyone's like, oh, Dion Waiters, He hasn't played ball in so long. He's a head case, yada, yada, yada. J.R. Smith is the same way. He hasn't played ball in so long. But end of the day, they're hoopers, and they can play ball. They can put the ball in the basket. And Dion Waiters is not a scrub. So, like, I think those two pickups, they're buckets. So at the end of the day, like in an environment where you don't need, where like you don't have that fan interaction to kind of get you over the hump. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing in a finals game and you walk in the arena, you just feel the difference, you know? And that energy brings you over the hump. But guys that just hoop, like Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith and Lou Williams, and Jamal Crawford, like guys like that who are just hoopers, they don't need that. So I think having two of those guys that can kind of take you over the edge, mind you, they are grenades, so you never know what can happen with them, you know? But in this intimate setting where you don't have a lot of temptation stuff inside the bubble, I think they can do really well.
Can I ask you a question? Based off that, do you not believe in the Clippers because you think Lou won't stop going to Magic City?
That's part of it, yo. That's part of it.
If they were to lose Lou Will,
listen.
It's over for them.
He knew what he was doing because he knows if he goes to Magic City, that means he doesn't have to be there for the ass whooping in game one. He knows already.
That's true.
The what? The what?
Ass whooping in game one because they're gonna play Lakers game one.
My God.
They're gonna play Lakers game one, and now you guys sit out 10 days, so he's missing the game one.
Yeah.
I mean, they never would have found out if it weren't for Mr. Jack Harlow.
Kind of, but Lou Will is posing in the picture, so it's not like Jack.
Yeah, it was like a gotcha. Yeah.
No, but like he posed with him. I didn't think he didn't think Jack Harlow was gonna upload it to Snapchat and Twitter.
Yeah,
and then talk about I was reminiscing.
There's that, but then also like he told security where he was, so it's not like like he told like they asked him like what were your
it did come out that that's his favorite restaurant.
They do no. All jokes aside, they actually do have really good food. Apparently, like people have been
a strip club.
Yeah, I've heard that. No,
2 Chainz was tweeting about their wings are like number one, bro.
Yeah.
And he's a married man, so don't even give me that.
Shannon Sharp said that if Magic City comes out with wings, they're gonna put Wingstop out of business.
Oh, it's like that.
That's what he said.
I didn't even know the wing. I didn't even know the wings were that good. I just heard the breasts were amazing.
Wait, which ones?
All right, MJ, we're going to you next. So, as your finals pick changes, and can you just restate who you had in the finals?
I had Philly coming out the East from the beginning of the season, so I'm sticking with them. And I obviously had the Lakers going to the finals. I still have them winning. They look great. J.R. Smith, Dion Waiters. I'm gonna miss Avery Bradley though. I will miss that guy on defense for sure. If the White didn't join us, I would have been a little concerned.
I'd been worried too.
But J.R. just knows how to play with LeBron. Like Dion and J.R. have their problems, but it's mostly off the court. Like J.R. obviously had that problem in the finals, but Dion's all his issues isn't like with teammates and
basketball.
It's nothing crazy. J.R. is not with the teammates, except for like when he was leaving Cleveland. Like he was just saying, "I'm done with the team." So other than that, he just wanted to be with LeBron basically. So if Ben Simmons is able to spread the floor a little bit, just like so people have to respect him and let Embiid go to work, Philly's looking good. But I will say, Duncan Robinson, if he's shooting the ball the way he's shooting the ball, Miami's going to be a problem too.
Joseph, who do you have in the finals, and has your picks changed?
I still have Raptors getting to the finals, either them or Milwaukee, and in the West, either Lakers or, and I hate to say it, Houston, because I feel like with the shrunken schedule and no distractions for the man with the beard, I feel like they can now play proper basketball, especially because I don't think the playoffs are best of 7 until the finals, right?
No, I think it's still
Regular.
isn't it
It's still best of 7?
Yeah, it's still regular.
Oh my god. Woo. No, you know what? No, I'm still gonna stick with it because he's had
James Harden
rest.
has had 5 months rest, so his
Yeah,
legs
that's what I'm saying.
Mm.
Yeah,
It
I
is,
don't
but
like. Yeah,
I also heard that it's like it's kind of hard to not be distracted playing in Houston. Like there's
there's so
a lot
much
of ways
going
to.
on.
There's so much going on out there. So
Tons.
yeah, for what Joseph is saying, like for them to just focus on basketball, only basketball, James Harden's game might elevate a little bit.
And Westbrook is always ready to go, as everyone knows.
Yeah,
But I think if they were to match up with Raptors, I'm gonna have to go with Raptors just because I believe in Siakam, and I believe
You got
Siakam.
Rockets,
Raptors and
Rockets.
Anyone. I believe in Siakam, bro.
So Raptors and Lakers. You got Raptors.
Yeah, even though I'm a LeBron fan, but I have to.
Doesn't sound like it.
What do you mean? Yo, this guy's like,
a LeBron fan believing in Siakam to beat LeBron.
listen, I'm believing in the Raptors
It's been
to
done.
beat that team.
That doesn't even make sense.
I'm believing in the Raptors to beat that team. But like I said, if LeBron wins, I'm not gonna be salty. I'm gonna be like, yo, this guy has another ring. That's another gem in my argument. So it's a win-win either way. But I'm gonna have to go with Raptors though. Have to.
I hear you.
And that's a perfect transition to you.
I think it's Sasha. I think it's your turn.
No changes whatsoever. I said what I said in the beginning of this pod. Okay, Raptors in 6 against the Clippers.
In 4.
I'm still with that. I'm still with that.
Mine hasn't changed either. I still have Clippers, Raptors in the finals, and I have Clippers winning in 6. But I am more confident in who I have in the Eastern Conference Finals.
You guys are-
at this point right now.
You guys are pinning your hat on Joakim Noah.
Oh shit, he's on that team. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It seems like it.
I am more confident in my Eastern Conference Final after watching these games because I called Raptors Miami. And if Miami's doing what I've seen from some of the highlights and stuff, I'm more confident in that matchup.
Oh, wait, so I just want to make sure that I have this right. So nobody here has the Bucks in the finals, right?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
Nah. What's his name? Didn't touch a ball for 5 months, yo. The number 2 guy on their team, Christopher Middleton.
Top 10 NBA player. Yeah.
Plus, Raptors are experimenting with a taller line.
Yo, hold on, MJ. What?
No. Bleacher Report had him top 10 in the NBA right now.
Who? Middleton?
Yeah.
For salary? Oh, yo, he has a nice salary.
Top 10.
No, not the money. No, like they had him top 10.
Like
If you're looking at if you're looking at production and what he does on the court, but we'll get to that later though.
There are not 10 players better than Chris Middleton. Is that what
They
we're
had
saying?
Westbrook 22nd.
Okay, so
Come on.
All right, so we're just gonna move on to the next topic. All right, here we go. Real simple. We just want a name, not a whole 20-minute monologue about why you chose this person. Okay? All right. Who's your MVP? Giannis or LeBron? Joseph, you said it's easy. You go first.
Giannis, man. Come on, what are you talking about?
All right, Coach.
Pardon me?
Who do you have, Giannis or LeBron?
Huh?
LeBron James.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
We're gonna mix it up. Essay.
Yo, I got the Greek Freak. Obvious. No competition. Greek Freak.
know what everyone's gonna say. All right,
MJ.
If LeBron James were able to finish a regular season, all 82 games, I would have picked him. But since it got cut short, I'm picking Giannis to win it. But I want LeBron to win, but I think they're going to give it to Giannis.
Interesting.
So this is the thing. Who do I think is going to win? I think Giannis is going to win. Who do I think is going to win? That's who I think is going to win. But who should win? MVP? That's not a question.
It's easily LeBron James.
It's not a question.
Pourquoi? How?
What is
Other than his age and him playing
What does
great for a
MVP mean?
35-year-old in the 17th season, what
does
other
MVP
reason is
mean?
there?
So what does MVP mean to you?
MVP means three things. It means individual performance, team performance, and your impact on the team.
Okay.
That's what it means. And
So
all
to
three
me-
of those, Giannis is being LeBron.
So the most valuable player in the league is who?
Is Giannis.
Okay. How is that possible? If Giannis came out tomorrow and said that he's not playing because of the police brutality, would the NBA keep going on?
That's a very good question. I honestly don't know because no
Absolutely.
stars have
Giannis
put
said
their.
No, I'm asking. So
Absolutely.
if Giannis said that, would the
That would be
NBA keep
interesting.
going? Yes, the
Yes.
NBA would keep
Yes,
playing.
so we-
Yes.
If LeBron came out and said that he's not playing, is the NBA going on?
Hell no.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
But
so
so are we in the history of the MVP? In the history of the MVP, has that been the criteria in the history of the MVP?
This is a different year.
Wait, serious? Hold on a
So
second.
to that question,
Uh-huh.
it changes every year. The most valuable player criteria changes every single year. In 2005, LeBron James had the most. His numbers were the best in the league. And you know who got MVP that year?
Rose.
Steve Nash, 18
Oh, no, sorry,
and 10.
Steve Nash. Rose got
18 and 10.
12.
18
Yeah.
and 10 on a 54 win team, right? And you want to know who he had in this team? Barbosa. He had Amari Stoudemire. He had Jim Jackson. He had Raja Bell. He had Sean Marion. LeBron James.
Jason Richardson.
LeBron James was second in voting. They finished 4 games behind the win. And you want to know who he had on his team? You guys know?
Name them. Name the starting.
Oh, in
lineup right there.
2005? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
in
And
the
I'm a
starting
Cavs
lineup.
fan. I got to freaking remember that.
Drew Gooden,
Larry
Lindsey.
Hughes.
Larry Hughes, Donyell Marshall, Eric Snow. That was his team.
Eric Snow.
So who
Junior
was more,
Ilgauskas, baby.
so who was more valuable to their team that year? Steve Nash? Okay, I'll go to 2 years ago. Westbrook won MVP. Was he most valuable to his team? Or was it the numbers? Yeah.
3 years ago.
3 years ago when he won MVP and he had average triple-double.
triple-double. Oh, yeah, he deserved that 100%.
Why?
The hell, this guy averaged a triple-double the entire season. Without him, that team is...
So is it most valuable or is it your numbers? Which one is it?
It's most valuable. Like, if I look at it, whereas if you take that person away from their team, what do you have? If you take away, going back to Giannis, if you take away Giannis, who are the Bucks?
We will go on that. So right now in the NBA, you know, what the Bucks, what their win percentage is, or what their average. I'm going to this. What their average score per 100 possessions is?
What's their average score?
116 with Giannis in the game. With Giannis in the game.
Okay, and what is it without?
Wait. You know where that ranks?
It's very ugly for you guys.
Wait, stop.
No.
Please.
Yo, I'm locked and loaded, man. Just shoot your shot. I'm locked and loaded.
Do you know where that ranks?
Oh, they're scoring? No.
That ranks first in the NBA.
Okay.
With Giannis, okay? Lakers, in comparison, are 110 for 100 possessions. So that ranks second in the NBA. You get that numbers? So without Giannis on the court, you know where that ranks? Where the Bucks rank?
Where?
111 points per 100 possessions. You know where that would have them? Still first.
Okay. And Lakers.
Still first. So that will rank them still first in NBA without Giannis in the game.
Okay.
So wait. Now without LeBron in the game, you know where they rank? 104 points for 100 possessions. That's second worst in the NBA.
104?
It's like they're like 28. Yeah.
Oh,
that's second worst in the NBA without LeBron in the game. So you're telling me now that the value means what you mean to your team, and the Lakers are first in the West, second in the NBA, and only 4 games behind Milwaukee. So tell me again, who's more valuable?
Giannis. If you really think, I really hope you don't think that just because some person sitting behind the computer said they scored this many possessions that Giannis is not important to that team. If you take away Giannis, like, let's just say, God forbid.
But that's what we just did.
Let's just say he gets injured. That team is not going to score that much, bro. Hell no.
Based on what?
based on there's no one to put the ball. Chris Middleton hasn't even touched the ball in like almost 5 months. Eric Bledsoe.
Nobody has.
Eric Bledsoe, no. People have definitely been somewhat played. Eric Bledsoe has lost his name ever since Terry Rozier sunned him. So that's that. I don't even know who else is left on that team.
Here's my thing.
Hold on.
Here's my thing.
Let me say something. I understand the numbers, right? And I totally get the numbers. The only thing I want to say towards the numbers too is one of the things with those numbers is that a team might be coming in game plan to face somebody, and they find out once they get there that player is not playing. The load management stuff that happens nowadays is a lot of the times people don't actually know when that player is going to play, right? And that does impact the number because that impacts your game plan on who you're going up against, how you're guarding, what defense you go up against, right? But I do believe that LeBron has way bigger of an impact on his team than Giannis does, based off of what LeBron has to do compared to what Giannis does. So LeBron to me is the better playmaker, right? Giannis is the better just downhill person, right? Mm-hmm. But LeBron if I have to choose somebody to give me a triple-double, it's LeBron over Giannis. Hands down, right? Okay. Just based off of what he has to do, right? Giannis at times this season, and I've watched a few Milwaukee games, it'll be like Giannis will be up 20-25 against Charlotte and New York, and like the competition isn't the same compared to the 1-15 that are in the 2-15, because Lakers are first, 2-15 in the West, and you're more likely going to play them 3 to 4 times compared to the competition that Milwaukee's going to face, because there's a lot more people with horrible records in the East. But if you compare them to if you look at the top 8, you can say that the top 5 or 6 teams are more competitive, will give you more competition than 7 to 15 in the East, right? That doesn't mean the East is doesn't mean the East is whoever wins the East doesn't have to go through a battle. They're still gonna have to go through a battle, but compared to who LA has to face from 2 to, I would say, 12, how many? 13 teams, right? So 2 to 13, you're more likely to get a competitive battle. I might minus the Suns out of there, but you'll get a competitive battle with like Portland, who's not even in the playoff pictures, but are fighting for the playoff picture. New Orleans, you know what I mean? Like the competitions are different, but the only reason why I don't really like going to the stat number with on court and off court is because sometimes they don't declare who's not going to play until the game starts, right? Like that's what Pop was known for doing when it came to San Antonio.
But that number is not showing like who plays the game, who's not playing the game. It shows where the minutes they're on the court, they're not on the court. So
but it takes in consideration when they're not playing too. So it's not literally just the only times when he's on the court and not on the court. It's like in the same game. It takes in consideration with him all the time that he's on the court and all the time that he's not on the court. Whether he's not playing a game, whether he comes off for 2 minutes, like it takes all that in, right? So it kind of messes up the numbers if he's not playing a game. And they announce it the moment before the game starts, right? But I'm not taking away from the stat. I'm saying that alters the statistical numbers, right? But if I'm choosing, I think Giannis is going to win because I didn't tell you my choice. Giannis is going to win, but who I think is the MVP this season, I'd have to give it to LeBron.
Thing is when you were going up against the Lakers, your defensive assignment is split between 2 nukes versus going up against the Bucks where your main problem is 1, right? LeBron has a second top 5 player and another MVP candidate on his team. Okay? There's other stats you can use to measure how valuable a player is on this team, like value over replacement player, plus or minus, right? Win shares, in all of those categories that are specifically tailored to measure how you are valuable to your team. Giannis beats LeBron. Why? Because you have another nuclear weapon in LA. That takes pressure off of LeBron. That gives LeBron more room to grow and to function and to do what he does. He's having a phenomenal season, being 35, being in the 17th season, but that age is not a factor when it comes to MVP, right? Then we also brought up, pardon me?
No one has brought up age except for you.
No. I'm saying it just
brings up his age, right?
Literally, all I hear in the argument for LeBron. I'm not done.
Our debate right now. We're talking about.
I'm not done. But I am assuming that I know a lot of the vigor and a lot of the drive is he's doing so great, and he's 35 in his 17th season doing it. That's great, but Giannis is also having a godlike season, right? His efficiency ratio is like top 5 all time. Right, his plus and minus is top 10. Right, so he himself is having a godly season himself. Plus, he's bringing the Bucks. Okay, the Bucks to the number 1 spot. On top of that, you brought up competition.
What does that mean?
Y'all brought up competition, right? Because it's a weaker East, so that's why the Bucks are so great against 500 plus teams. Mind you, top 5 of the 500 plus are Eastern teams. Okay. But against Bucks have what, 16 and 7, and then Lakers have what, 19. So Lakers played 2 more games against 500 teams, but the Bucks have handled 500 plus teams. Plus, Bucks have a better record against the West than the Lakers have against the weaker East. And if we're really going to talk about weaker East,
all you're telling me,
LeBron, all 4 of LeBron's MVPs, what conference were they in? Okay, and how strong was that conference compared to
LeBron should easily have 10 MVPs. So if you want to get into that battle, LeBron has to easily have 10 MVPs. LeBron has been undervalued as a superstar in the NBA. Period.
But Bucks being in a weaker East was brought up though. Like it being a weaker so you can't say it's. But then you can't. But then what was that argument? LeBron was winning 4 MVPs because he was in the Eastern Conference.
So essay, I brought up the Eastern Conference point, right? And the reason why I bring up the Eastern Conference point is because of the fact of you're gonna face teams in the Eastern Conference more than you're facing teams in the Western Conference. We can all agree on that, right?
That's right.
And you're gonna play them about 3 to 4 times. You're gonna play certain teams in your own division 3 to 4 times.
Yeah.
If it was a regular 82 game series, right? Season. So if you're facing, let's say you face the Knicks 3 times, right?
Yeah.
And you beat them 3 times. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's 3 wins. I totally get that. But for Lakers, they're facing who's in their division? Clippers. I don't have it in front of me, but I just know like if you're facing them 3 to 4 times, who would you say was a harder competition?
So Lakers definitely, but there are stats too that level the playing field when it takes your strength of schedule versus your performance. And like SRS, for example, that takes how strong your schedule is versus how you are performing against these teams. And in the SRS, Bucks are beating Lakers, and that is leveling the playing field. That is averaging your schedule strength, all right? So that everybody's on an equal playing field. So if you played the Knicks 3 times, that doesn't have the same weight as like the Lakers playing the Clippers, right? The Lakers playing the Clippers gets a way more bigger weight association than if you're playing a weaker team. And according to SRS, that balance that out, Bucks are still beating the Lakers relative to their schedule.
So stop. So you're telling me based off of that, the Bucks have had a harder schedule than the Lakers.
No, what I'm saying is,
what is your stat saying?
So what my stat is saying, first of all, I dropped the fact of how we're performing against top competition that both teams are performing against, okay? And Bucks are beating Lakers there. Bucks are going into the West, and their record into the West is, again, better than Lakers into the East. However, those two stats, hold on, let me finish. Those 2 stats, though, still have room for error, whereas SRS, which takes into account the rating of the team you're facing against and how much you beat them by or lose to them by, right? And it's associating and it's balancing out so that the Bucks relative to their schedule compared to the Lakers relative to their schedule. That way, strength of schedule is nullified and is strictly based on how you perform against the competition you're presented with. So if you beat the Knicks 3 times, that doesn't mean that you're 3 up on the Lakers beating the Clippers once, right?
Okay, I
your
understand.
3 Knicks wins can match like a Lakers 1 Knicks win or one Clippers win.
Okay, makes sense. So what is that? So what does that mean?
That means, relatively speaking, the Bucks aren't over the Lakers simply because they have the easier schedule.
I'm not asking that. I just want to know, what does that mean? You just gave me all these numbers. What does that mean to you? Do the Bucks have a harder schedule than the Lakers?
Why you keep going back to harder schedule, and that does not matter?
Because it does matter, because when you're in Eastern, because like I could say one thing and the conversation is done. The NBA has invited 13 teams from the West to the playoffs.
Okay.
And they invited 9 to the East. So that by itself tells you which conference is stronger by itself.
But nobody's debating that. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's debating. But then LeBron also won in the Eastern Conference, and that was never brought up as like, well, he's in the East.
The debate we're having right now is which conference is harder. Is it not?
No, that's not the debate at all.
All right,
because, we all know the Eastern Conference is weaker or not as strong as, even though the top 5 teams are 3 Eastern Conference teams.
Now, but okay, go ahead.
I'm not flip-flopping. I've been sticking to my point the entire time. I've given you a stat that nullifies.
Well, you just told me that this stat is an even playing field, but then you're gonna tell me that the Eastern Conference is the weaker conference. So that's flip-flopping.
No, that's not flip-flopping. What I'm saying is the stat I presented nullifies which is the stronger, which is the stronger, or which is the weaker conference. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying because if we're going to bring weaker conferences in the argument, then LeBron's 4 MVPs should be brought back into question. That's number 1. All right. Number 2, if that's the stat, then Western teams would always be the MVPs. We would never have an Eastern MVP until that era when they were the stronger one. So you bringing that up as like, but the East is weaker, then keep that same energy and talk about the 4 MVPs LeBron had, because they're all with the Cavs in the East when the East was relatively weaker then than it is now. Okay.
And do you look at LeBron's numbers those years compared to everyone else?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and his numbers were clearly better than everyone else there.
Okay.
So I don't understand.
And Giannis is not?
Giannis' numbers are very good this year, but LeBron is leading the NBA in assists. So that shows
you his value. That's it, though. That's it. All LeBron's leading the NBA is assists. That's it. He's a great passer.
He changed positions to lead the NBA over other MVP candidates. He changed positions. So
he's not even the leading scorer on his own team. What are we talking about here right now?
He's the best point guard in the NBA.
Oh, God.
Wait, what? Yo, Andrew, what are you doing?
He's the best point guard in the NBA.
We need some order up here. What's
point guard? What? Oh, my God.
All right, so this is... All right, so final points. I'm giving everybody a final point right now. So we're going to start with Joseph. What's your final point in this Giannis LeBron discussion?
I'm going to still stick with Giannis because I just think if he doesn't exist, we don't know where Milwaukee is on a map. So I'm going to have to stick with Giannis.
Okay, Coach?
It's easily LeBron James.
MJ?
I want LeBron to win, but I have Giannis winning.
SA?
Giannis, simply because he's better he's performing better individually. His team is performing better as a team, and when it comes to who's more valuable and has greater shares in the wins and the victories, Giannis beats LeBron there. So it's Giannis all day, MVP.
And for me, like I said, I think if I had to choose, it'd be LeBron, but I think that Giannis is going to win it. This is the part where we get to plug our social medias. So, and whatever else stuff that we're working on. So, Coach, we'll start with you.
Same thing as always, man. Real deal _Francis. And I just can't wait to get back in the gym with the guys, man. It's been a long time since we've been in the gym together. So, trying to get a national championship, you know what it is.
That'd be if you win the conference, that's 4 or 5.
five in a row in Alberta, and if we win, and if we win nationals, it'll be the first since like 1989.
Oh wow!
Since we won nationals, so that's. But we're
when you win.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate you, man.
Exactly.
But yeah, like it's a very difficult time because last year we were very poised to go off and pull off some medals last year at nationals, but then the whole COVID thing happened. So this year, pretty much bringing back our whole team and new recruits, so loading back up, and we're hosting nationals this year. So trying to get that natty, you know what it is, right? So
nice, Joseph.
Luck with that, bro.
Still same thing, man. Flexpeditiously on IG. Same thing. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna plug my girl's auntie's food. If you're in Brampton and you want some good West Indian food, go on to Auntie G's Instagram, Auntie G's Cooking. That's AUNTIEGEE, and then you'll see the food cooking. Follow her page. They deliver to certain parts of Toronto, I believe, or you can just pick it up in Brampton. So yeah, Auntie G's Cooking.
All right, next time, just make sure you have it ready, okay?
Oh, yes. I just thought of it because I want
don't be like, yo, by the way, I think I should plug my girl's auntie shop.
I forgot. Her food is blessed. I forgot to plug it.
Just plug it like it's yours. It's okay. MJ.
21.drip on Instagram and also Drippy Supply on Instagram. We're going to have new merch coming soon, so just look out
damn
for that.
time. I'm waiting for some shit, man.
Yeah, I want to get some drip, man.
And we're shipping worldwide now too, so
sick.
Need some joggers, man. Fall's coming soon. Need some joggers, man. Yeah.
And SA?
At Pro Chatterbox. Hopefully by the time you hear this, we've had our podcast launch with me and Joe over there. So that will be Talks with the Chatterbox. Hopefully by the time you hear this, it's out. So check that out.
Nice. Basically Team Giannis Chatterbox over there.
You already know we're gonna do the intro in Greek and everything, bro.
And Nigerian.
The intro
what's the finals? It's crazy.
The intro.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't have them.
Their intro song is going to be Drake's Grease.
Oh my god!
Yeah, for sure.
Stop this, bro. Drake coming out with a Nigerian accent. That's his next one.
And you can follow me at The Senator. Also, make sure to check out the Not So Soft podcast. It comes out every Friday. Make sure to subscribe to it wherever you listen to podcasts. Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube page for the Chatroom podcast. It's up. We have all the videos up there. And it's ad-free, so just check it out. Support. Make sure you follow us and subscribe to us on wherever you listen to your podcasts, and rate us. Give us a good rating. So far, we've been doing perfect on the ratings, so let's keep that up and let's get the followers growing. This has been the Chatroom podcast, your favorite baller's favorite podcast, and we are out.
I know.
Peace.
Easy, man.